My name is Martin Hayes, and I never imagined I would be sharing this experience. I was a man of science, a dedicated geophysicist who spent years studying the vast, unyielding ice of Antarctica. For as long as I can remember, I trusted in measurable facts and logic rather than anything beyond the observable world. Faith, in its most abstract form, had always been a distant concept. But on February 12, 2025, everything changed in a way that shattered my understanding of life and reality. It began as a routine expedition. Our team was tasked with investigating strange electromagnetic signals detected deep beneath the Antarctic ice. For months, these signals had fluctuated in perplexing patterns, defying the predictable rhythms of known geological phenomena. Our mission was clear: determine whether these anomalies were the result of undiscovered geothermal activity or if some unknown force lay hidden below the frozen surface. That morning, as I donned my thermal gear, a vague sense of foreboding crept over me. I tried to dismiss it as nothing more than fatigue from weeks of relentless research, but the feeling lingered in the back of my mind. We drilled deeper than ever before, pushing our equipment into layers of ice that had remained undisturbed for millennia. As the drill advanced, our instruments began to behave erratically. The GPS faltered, and even the radios, our lifeline to one another, captured eerie, distorted whispers that seemed to emanate from the very heart of the ice. Then, at precisely 11:42 a.m., the unthinkable happened. The ground beneath my feet, which had seemed solid and eternal, suddenly collapsed as if shattered glass. In a split second, I was plunged into darkness, the sound of my colleagues' desperate shouts fading into a void of silence. I awoke not within my body, but as an observer, floating above the scene. I saw my own lifeless form, twisted and partially buried in the broken ice. In any other moment, such a sight would have filled me with terror, yet I felt an inexplicable calm, as though I were witnessing something far greater than myself. Amid this surreal panorama, figures clad in white emerged at the edges of the fissure. They radiated an otherworldly light and an aura of divine purpose. Though their faces were indistinct, I recognized that their presence was not of this realm. They were emissaries sent by God. In that timeless moment, I felt a powerful force lifting me upward, and everything around me transformed. I was suddenly no longer in the frigid, desolate expanse of Antarctica. Instead, I found myself enveloped in a living light, a radiant glow that pulsed with energy and seemed to carry the wisdom of ages. Then I heard a voice, deep yet gentle, resonating with authority and compassion. "Martin," it called, and in that single word, every doubt, every rational explanation I had ever clung to melted away. I turned toward the sound and saw Jesus standing before me, not as a divine being in human form, but as the revered messenger of God, a prophet sent to guide humanity. His presence was so real and comforting that in that instant, all my scientific skepticism was replaced by a profound understanding of a truth beyond the physical realm. "You have been shown this for a reason," he said softly, his eyes filled with both sorrow and resolve. "What you are about to witness must be shared, so that those who search for truth may not be led astray by deception." As he spoke, I glanced back at my body and the frantic efforts of my team to revive me. I saw, too, dark, indistinct figures lurking around, moving silently among the living. Their presence exuded a malevolence that could not be ignored, a stark contrast to the purity of the light that surrounded me. I felt an instinctive warning. These shadowy beings were not of the light and were symbols of a deception that threatened the very core of human understanding. Jesus placed his hand upon my shoulder, and his comforting touch dispelled my fear. "Do not be troubled by them," he assured me. "They have no power over those who remain steadfast in truth and faith." His words resonated deeply, and I knew that what I was about to see would challenge everything mankind had come to believe. Before me, an immense ancient barrier of ice stretched into the distance, a wall not formed by natural forces but placed with deliberate design. These ice walls have remained untouched for a reason, Jesus explained quietly. They serve as a protective seal, guarding a mystery that is not meant for the eyes of the unprepared. In that moment, I realized that what lay beneath the Antarctic ice was far more than a geological anomaly. It was a sealed secret, one that had been kept hidden by divine decree. The scientific community, in its relentless pursuit of discovery, had unwittingly disturbed forces that were never meant to be awakened. Governments had long suspected that the region concealed anomalies beyond human comprehension, and now, under the guise of progress and enlightenment, they were preparing to reveal only a fragment of the truth. They would call it a monumental discovery, a breakthrough that promised a new era of human advancement. Yet I saw it for what it truly was, a carefully orchestrated deception designed to lure mankind away from its connection with God. I witnessed visions of a future where humanity would be seduced by the allure of advanced technology and unprecedented knowledge. A future where the promise of progress would come at the ultimate spiritual cost. People would be offered what appeared to be a miraculous gift, but in accepting it, they would unknowingly sever their bond with the divine. The adversary's most cunning weapon is deception, Jesus said, his voice heavy with sorrow. He will not force the world into darkness. Instead, he will convince them that what is truly dangerous is, in fact, a blessing. Someday, I saw the masses embracing this false gift, celebrating it as the dawn of a new age, while a few vigilant souls remained wary, their hearts anchored in true faith. As the vision began to recede, Jesus looked into my eyes with a piercing compassion that transcended time. "You are not shown this to stop what is coming," he said, "but so that those who seek truth will have a beacon to guide them. Remember, the truth comes from God alone, the most wise, the most just. Stay vigilant, remain steadfast in prayer, and never be swayed by promises that seem too good to be true." With those final words, the radiant vision faded, and I found myself gasping for air in a hospital bed, surrounded by astonished medical staff. I had been clinically dead for 12 minutes, yet I was given a second chance, a chance to share what I had seen. In the days that followed, reports of strange phenomena and unexplainable discoveries in Antarctica began to surface. News broadcasts hinted at anomalies, unusual structures, and heat signatures that defied scientific explanation. I knew then that the deception Jesus had warned me about was unfolding in real time. If you are reading this, know that the world is soon to be presented with a choice. They will tell you that what is coming is a gift, an advancement for humanity, but do not be deceived. Hold fast to your faith, stay close to God, and let your heart remain discerning. The final test is near, and only those who remain true to the divine light will be able to see through the darkness of deception.